And now we want to do the face-off for the fight of the century. The fight is September between the two great fighters in our generation, Canelo Crawford and Crawford.
The most explosive boxing match in history has set the internet on fire. And this time it's more than just bad talk, with $150 million on the line, and two of boxing's most feared champions facing battle. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are finished playing nice. The build-up to their once-in-a-lifetime battle has taken a hazardous turn. The wait is finished.
Two greats in the last era. It's gonna be big.
What does it do to your two legacies?
Sometimes people talk shit a lot, and when they stay in the ring, they do nothing.
You know, a win against Canelo Alvarez put me, on Mount Rushmore.
After years of conjecture, interviews, and what-ifs, the highly awaited fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford will finally take place on September 13th in Las Vegas, a day that may go down in boxing history. Even more extraordinary, the fight will be broadcast globally on Netflix, making it one of the most ambitious sports media events in years, and suggesting a seismic shift in how fights are promoted and watched.
I know I have two losses. A fighter never think about lose.
He's significantly bigger than anyone you fought before, and he's one of the all-time greats. You're not going to feel apprehensive when you get in that ring against him?
Fear? No.
I will for you, and I'm not even you.
That's cool.
But can you accept he's better than you at anything or not?
No, because he ain't proven it yet.
This is not just a boxing contest. It is a worldwide spectacle. It is co-promoted by a powerful trio: Dana White's TKO, Saudi Arabia's Turkey Al Sheikh, and leisure giant SA, a subsidiary of the Saudi Public Investment Fund. This collaboration, which blends the UFC's power, Saudi Arabia's financial muscle, and a global streaming platform, underlines the magnitude of this fight and the stakes.
We want to find out September 13th. That's why we are here, to see who's the best.
We're going to give the fans a show, for sure, because it don't take a big punch to knock somebody out.
Canelo Alvarez is reportedly promised an eye-popping $150 million, not just as a paycheck, but also as part of a jaw-dropping $400 million four-fight deal that began with his May win over William Skull Terence. Bud Crawford, meanwhile, steps in as the challenger, but if he wins, he will not only win the belts, he will also become the first man boxer in history to be an undefeated champion in 3 different weight divisions. This is not just a heritage. It is immortality.
There are people, as you know,
Yeah.
they think you're a drugs cheat. What do you say to them?
I don't really care.
Everything is riding on this one moment.
The fight build-up starts with a 3-city promotional tour starting on June 20th in Riyadh, followed by stops in New York and Las Vegas. And if the first stop is any indication, things are about to become heated. Things quickly came to a head during the first stop of the media tour in Riyadh. Tensions flared on stage in front of a raucous crowd and startled reporters. The highly anticipated fight between Canelo and Crawford devolved into a verbal brawl in which mutual respect gave way to deep-seated animosity.
Well, here we go.
Terence Crawford, known for his cool but cutting manner, accused Canelo of avoiding him for years, a charge that has circulated in boxing circles since Crawford defeated Errol Spence Jr. last year. He boldly stated, "You never wanted this fight. You waited until I was over 40. Canelo, seemingly agitated, responded, "You're not in my league. You don't belong at 168. His cold stare and clenched jaw expressed more than the words could. The tension was so high that security had to interfere. Before things deteriorated further, Dana White, no stranger to fight promotion turmoil, called it as unreal tension. His words were this: "I've seen intense face-offs, but this one's about to blow."
You know what's awesome, man? So there's a lot of fucked up things about boxing.
And it wasn't simply trash talking. There was a strong sense of psychological warfare. Both men were giving warning shots, not with their fists, but with their body language, looks, and years of accumulated expectation. It was the kind of moment that made you understand how personal this war is. The stakes are what set this battle apart, not the money or the location, this is more than just titles. It's about legacy.
Saying maybe, I don't know right now. I just gonna enjoy this fight, and please let me enjoy this fight, and then you gonna know what is next for sure.
With the 2nd of February 63 record and 39 knockouts, Canelo Alvarez is already considered a possible Hall of Famer. He has conquered numerous divisions, unified the super middleweight belts, and reinstated himself as the king of 168 by defeating William Skull in May, but that win was met with criticism. Many said he looked slower, even hesitant, as he struggled to bridge the gap and land clean shots. The performance sparked an inquiry. Has Canelo peaked? On the other hand, Terence Crawford is still undefeated, 41-0, 31 knockouts, and remains one of boxing's most intelligent and dangerous rivals. He has previously been the uncontested king of two weight divisions, super lightweight and welterweight, and is now advancing to a third. If he succeeds, he will be the first man boxer in history to accomplish so during the four-belt era. But there is more at stake than just the belts. Crawford, 37, is betting everything on his perfect record, legacy, and maybe the final act of his career. One fan put it best: if Bud can pull this off, he'll be the best of all time. With brilliance comes danger, and for Crawford, the biggest question about this fight isn't his skill, but his size, moving up to 168 pounds. To face one of the division's most strong and experienced competitors is a big leap. Recent training video of Crawford shadowboxing has caused controversy. Observers saw a visibly larger physique, with Bud showing his hallmark jet, crisp combos, and footwork. Some fans were impressed, saying, "He looks like he added power without losing speed." One fan wrote, "He's sharper than ever. The man's a machine." However, others were not impressed. Critics noticed a considerable decrease in speed, saying he appears slower, heavier, and even older. One popular response stated, "But looks like he's 40. This could be bad." Meanwhile, experts think Canelo may rehydrate to nearly 200 pounds on fight night, giving him a significant physical advantage. His naturally compact, explosive frame has annihilated rivals in this weight class for years, but may be competent. But can he take the power and go 12 rounds under pressure? Crawford is unchanged. In a recent interview, he stated, "I'm the type of guy who figures people out. I don't have to worry about the weight. I know I'll feel great." Crawford is wagering that his boxing IQ, adaptability, and grit will exceed Canelo's physical edge, but make no mistake, this is the biggest physical and mental test of his career. Canelo Alvarez may be getting record-breaking checks, but there's more at stake than simply prize money. His fight against Terence Crawford is the second of a $400 million four-fight mega contract with the Saudi government-backed entertainment company. The teams will fight for times in 2025 and 2026, starting with William Skull, then Crawford, and to yet-to-be announced opponents. Canelo made $80 million just for dismantling Skull, a fight that, despite the win, raised questions about his ability to dominate like he once did, but the Crawford bout is worth an estimated $150 million alone, a staggering figure that places him among the highest-paid athletes in sports history for a single night of work. But here's where it gets tricky. While the money is guaranteed, if Canelo loses, particularly in front of a global Netflix audience and against a smaller, older boxer, it might jeopardize the entire long-term arrangement. Sponsors could cool public trust, which may wane, and the image of strength. Canelo's mystique, which has pushed him to pay-per-view success, could be shattered overnight. This is more than just a title defense. A commercial empire is at stake. As boxing commentator Ray Jackson stated on X, this isn't just a fight. It's a hostile takeover. Canelo's crew knows it, Crawford knows it, and every blow thrown on September 13th will echo far beyond the ring. When the sports icons split, you know you're in for a once-in-a-generation clash. The Canelo versus Crawford argument has produced angry reactions from some of boxing's most famous figures, and the lines have been drawn. Shocker Stevenson, one of the sport's most technical fighters today, isn't hiding his opinion, but is going to cook Canelo. Crawford's speed, footwork, and boxing IQ, he says, will be the keys to breaking down Canelo's more systematic approach.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat.
Andre Ward, undefeated and well-regarded for his own pound-for-pound dominance, added nuance to the massive weight jump and hazardous fight, but I'm not betting against Crawford. Someone needs to show me they can shatter that man's will.
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov.
Oscar de la Hoya, the golden boat who once promoted Canelo, added a dramatic twist. If Crawford pulls this off, he will receive the greatest crown ever. But even he knows, the size and strength discrepancy make this a near impossible assignment.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, you know, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So,
Caleb Plant, who shared the ring with Canelo and felt the full impact of his power, gave maybe the most insightful analysis. Crawford is unique in terms of mental, physical, and spiritual abilities, but weight classes exist for a reason. Still, don't count these people out. They are not hype guys. They are insiders, winners, and tacticians, and they cannot agree. That's how tight the margins are. This battle is too big for straightforward predictions, and that's what makes it so compelling. One of the most harmful features about Terence Crawford's strength or speed are not his intelligence. He is known as one of the most knowledgeable in-ring analysts the sport has ever seen. And as fight night approaches, it's evident. He's playing chess while others play checkers. Crawford has stated in several interviews that his biggest skill is not his throwing ability, but rather his ability to adjust. I figure out every fighter I meet. It's my gift, he explained. That comment is not arrogant. It is backed by 41 consecutive victories and 31 knockouts, the majority of which came after mid-fight adjustments against Canelo. Crawford plans to follow her instincts. According to observers, he is watching Canelo's behaviors. The idea is to bring him in, and know him, and pick him apart with flat-footed pressure, counterpunch time, and his slowing down after 6 rounds. Critics have questioned Bud's move to 168, but he has already silenced some of them with his training film. Sharp combinations. He has a powerful jab that is faster than most lightweights. And when asked about the weight lead, he did not flinch. I don't need to worry about my weight because I know I'll feel great. This is more than just preparation. It's psychological warfare. Crawford wants Canelo to ponder, hesitate, and doubt himself because once he does, the edge changes. Let's take a moment to explore the unthinkable. Crawford wins. It will not only be a win, it will be a rewrite of history. No male fighter has ever been unchallenged in 3 different weight classes, not even close, during the 4-belt era. Crawford would defy the system and set a new benchmark for brilliance, but it extends beyond records. If the smaller, older, and seemingly outmatched Crawford defeats the face of boxing, it throws into question our ideas about size, power, and age in combat sports. It would change the question from is Crawford the best of this era to is he the best ever? It would also throw the boxing business into disarray. Promoters, networks, and fighters would scramble to reconsider their plans. The idea that a savvy tactical underdog can jump weight classes and rule would revitalize aging divisions and crossover super fights. And for spectators, it would be a night to remember, one of those nights that would be replayed for decades.
100% certain you're going to win. Do you believe you're going to win?
I believe 100% I'm gonna win.
100%.
100%.
Could you kill me with your bare hand?
How old are you?
I'm 60.
You going to sleep?
On September 13th, two live legends will step into the ring beneath the brilliant lights of Las Vegas, with the world's eyes fixed on Netflix. One is a Mexican icon with hereditary wealth and burden on his shoulders, while the other is an Omaha surgical assassin with a heritage to uphold and little to lose. The money is astounding, the stakes are historical, and the story is flawless. This is more than just a fight. It is a battle for greatness, and when the bell sounds, someone's career is over. Let us know in the comments if you want the most up-to-date information about boxing stories, events, and actions. Subscribe to Knockout updates and enable notifications to never miss out on quality stuff. Also, check out our other movies. Until next time, peace.